Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Looks like you got a leak. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the OB Fun Club. We got more leaks on this video today. This video dedicated entirely to people who like icons. First off, we have Mookie Betts, and oh my gosh, what happened? In 2021, he's actually going to get two more icons. We got the home run icon and stolen base icon, which, if you love icons, 2021 might be the Mookie Betts for you. Does have higher on base versus lefties with a 13 R+1 versus the 12 R+2. But his speed is lower. He can't play center field anymore. And what happened to his chart? Previously, he only had 4 outs. Now he has 7. He singled at 10. Now he singles at 13. Doubled at 16. Now doubles at 18. And then the one higher homer. There's zero chance of me ever rostering the 2021 Mookie Betts over the 2020 version. This chart is horrific. The only reason why he's only 65 points cheaper is because he's a little slower and he has 2 more icons. Other than that, oh, sorry, and the +1 on base versus lefties, but you still have your 14 versus righties. There's nothing more to discuss. This 2021 version of him, I don't see any merit unless you really, really want the home run icon. Because, I mean, the original, the 2020 version, comes with 23 speed anyway. So, just stick with him. Just stick with 2020. FTJ, FTJ, FTJ. Talk about icon explosion. The 2021 Fernando Tatis Jr. went from 0 icons to 5, all thanks to an amazing 2020 breakout season. And this 2021 version is actually a lot of fun. First and foremost, he has 1 more on base against righties, which is huge. At least for me, his biggest downfall was that he's 510 points and has 11 on base versus half of the pitchers. Mathematically speaking, 2/3 of the pitchers in the pitcher's pool are right-handed anyway. Balancing it out for trends, it doesn't quite come out to that math. The newer version does have a worse chart. I'll give you that. Same thing happened to him, happened to Mookie Betts, although not as extreme. Outs are only 2 more, walks are 2 more, doubles only 1 lower, or 1 higher. He still triples, but this time at 18 instead of 17, and he homers at 19 instead of 18. He had a small sample size when the 2020 card was made, and he has a slightly large, it's more of a medium sample size now. But he's faster, has the same clutch, and 5 icons, which is pretty cool. All for the grand total of 35 points. I like the 2021 version a lot more. I don't love the 1 to 7 outs. I think you can justify the 545 with the 1 to 7 outs. Not ideal, not perfect. I want someone who's going to hurt me a little less on his chart. But the 16 double and the 5 icons have a lot of playability and flexibility in terms of becoming an RBI machine. Next, we have a prime example of how icons ruin a card. A huge part of this is because Jose Abreu in 2020 is possibly my favorite card in the entire set. He has almost 0 flaws in his chart. He singles at 8, 12 on base. He has RBI icon for boost. Homers at 19, great double, +2 clutch, RBI icon. He's less than 400 points. He's everything you could want, except he doesn't field well, 9 speed. But it's first base. It's only 2 defensive points you're missing on the infield. Get someone else on second, short, third to pick up for that, you're good to go. This 2021 Jose Abreu, however, don't love. 2 more outs, singles 3 times higher. Same double and homer, though. Awesome. He did pick up a clutch, picked up 4 icons, which is pretty spectacular. Of course, with him winning MVP this season. And 1 defense. He loses an on base versus righties, but gains an on base versus lefties. Don't know if I love that. And for 65 points more, not worth it at all. I do appreciate him from a cheap Hail to the King option standpoint. 450 for someone who has 5 icons is a pretty good deal. However, I really love the value of the 2020 Jose Abreu. So take this with a grain of salt. The 2021 version of Jose Abreu as a standalone card is very intriguing. He's a good card to build around. However, I love the 2020 version. He brings more balance and stability. You can hit him anywhere from 3 to 5 and afford someone, a couple of other people that are also in the 3 to 5 batting order range, because Jose Abreu isn't gonna break your bank. The 2020 Jose Abreu isn't gonna break your bank. So interestingly enough, the reasons why I like the 2020 Jose Abreu is the reasons I like the 2021 Jose Ramirez. He does lose a lot of double. He loses the triple. Outs are the same. He singles higher, but he has 1 more on base versus lefties, which balances him out a whole lot. He's a little slower, a little worse at defense, worse clutch. 5 icons, which is fantastic, for the grand total of 20 points. Only 20 points. That's pretty good. I think the 2021 Jose Ramirez as a standalone card is phenomenal. And I think when you compare him to his 2020 card, it becomes a little more interesting. Do you want someone who can get more extra bases and is quick? Or do you want someone that can hit anywhere between, honestly, 1 through 5? Because he has power. He has speed. It's 18. It's not like he's not slowpoke now just because he's not A speed. Has a stolen base icon, run icon. If you want to hit him 1 or 2, he can get on base, get to second fairly easily, either with the double or with stolen base and speed. Or he has the home run, RBI, and slugging icon. So if you're hitting him 3 through 5, there's a lot of tricky stuff and a lot of strat interaction you can use with him. Hail to the King eligible. Legends never die. Like it turns him into a 1-out hitter, which is pretty fantastic. I like the 2021 Jose Ramirez a whole lot. He's part of the 475 crop, which, if you haven't heard, name a player for 475 and he brings a lot of value. And it's really weird. Like Jeff McNeil's part of it, Chris Bryant's part of it, Carlos Santana's part of it. It's interesting, and this is just another great addition. And last but not least, we have the best player in baseball. No, it's not Luis Arias. It is Mike Trout, of course. So to the MVP, now you have the RBI icon. 14 on base all around now, which is a nice little addition. Doesn't take a power hit at all. His chart actually doesn't change very much. He singles at 14 rather than 13. Not a huge deal. Trout walks a lot in real life. To be expected. He's a little slower, a little worse at defense, and he's actually 50 points less. I don't know if I like Trout. I will say that the 2021 version is probably a more playable version. He is cheaper. -2 clutch versus the +3 clutch brings his cost down a lot. 18 speed isn't debilitating compared to the 21, and center field +2 isn't debilitating compared to the +3. I don't love that he's center field +2 in a position that can go up to 5, but it's not the worst. He still has great speed, great power numbers, and get on base. When I look at the 2021 version of Mike Trout, the first comparison I'm drawn to is Alex Bregman. Bregman has the same on base. No one else has a base 14 on base outside of Babe Ruth, but Babe Ruth is Babe Ruth. And Trout has a ton more power than Bregman, which makes him a more appealing player for only 55 points more. Plus he has an extra icon, the RBI versus the home versus just homer and slugging. At the end of it all, I think Mike Trout is the ultimate 2-hitter. He has on base, he has power, he has speed. What more could you want? Thank you guys once again for stopping by. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more clutch content, and leave a comment down below on which of these icon heroes you're most likely to roster. Once again, this is the OB Fun Club.